Hello and welcome to Kepster ADV, the channel dedicated to riding, adventure, and life's journey, which is always best made on a motorcycle. Today I'm coming to you from Chaco Canyon in northwestern New Mexico. We're going to take a look around. I'm going to show you some of the sights and tell you about them as I go. Chaco Canyon is part of a network that includes Chaco Canyon, Aztec Ruins National Monument, and 5 other protected sites that were linked by a series of roadways. Chaco Canyon served as a hub of politics and trading for the Four Corners area. The extensive construction included 2- and 3-story buildings, with Pueblo Bonito having more than 600 rooms. I'm standing in front of Hungo Pavi. Hungo Pavi was one of the great houses here at Chaco Canyon. Now, Chaco Canyon was a place where they believe a lot of trade was done. They actually built a fairly sophisticated road system so that tribes from other areas could come in to do trading, to join in ceremonies, and to worship. And this is what's left of one of the places where a lot of that would have taken place. We're going to go see some other sites too. I stopped by some petroglyphs before I got here, and they were interesting to look at. Maybe I'll include a photo that I took, but it wasn't something that would have come out on video. There was definitely some impressive architecture done here. You can see the small flat stones with the mortar. Now I just made the hike up to Chaco Canyon, and I'm going to walk along and kind of show it to you. It's really a shame I can't fly a drone here, because this place is amazing, and some drone footage would really do it justice, but I'll try to include some overhead photos if I can find some on the internet. Well, let's take a look at what we got here. Now, this was the second largest of the great houses. Let's come back here and take a look in this wall. This would have been one of the rooms. So I'm just walking along one side of it right now. And maybe if I get you up in the air, it'll be a little more impressive. Now, this was a great house, but it also had several Kivas. And some of the Kivas were raised. And unfortunately, we can't go inside. Now, I really wish that we could cross some of these barriers that they have, but I'm going to be respectful. You know, it wouldn't take too many tourists crossing over that to really create some long-lasting damage and some erosion. So we're walking now over to one of the great Kivas. And this is a circular underground Kiva where they would have done ceremonies and would have worshipped and gathered. I'm going to turn you around so you can take a look. Again, walking around the Kiva from a different angle. Okay, we're going to walk over to another structure here, and this is really amazing. So we've got a series of these Kivas here. With the structure in the background. It's really amazing how long some of these ancient structures last. I'm not sure how well you can see, but it's kind of ornate the way they did the small stones and the larger stones with the mortar to hold it together. And it's held up pretty well in a lot of places. Now, most of this was occupied between 950 and 1250, so it's been a long time. And, it's gone through a lot of hot summers and cold winters and storms, and a lot of it has held up pretty well. We're looking down at Pueblo Bonito now. This is the largest of the structures here in the park. And boy, it is just amazing to see from up on this elevated point. Let's go down and take a closer look. Some more footage from Pueblo Bonito. What a massive structure this was. It's amazing to think of what this would have looked like when there was people milling about and this was all in one piece. I'm going to show you a few of the Kivas here at Pueblo Bonito. These would have been places where ceremonies were held, worshiping was done, and gatherings were held. There are several other structures in the park that I did not include in this video, as well as several areas with petroglyphs. Thank you for watching this episode of Kepster ADV. What an amazing day and what an amazing place to visit. I was actually here one time when I was probably 12 or 13 years old, and I was probably a little too young to really appreciate it, but that's changed as I've gotten older. Now, the road coming in here was 21 miles of some really poorly maintained dirt road. There was ruts, there was a couple of sandy spots, and there was one area where there was essentially a ditch running across the road. And I hit that ditch at about 50 miles per hour, stayed on the bike, and I heard some screaming when it happened, and it appears that it was coming from inside my helmet. But thank you for watching. If you like this type of content, please click the like and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm show my material to more viewers. Thanks again.